Hi, my name is Carolyn Pettitt. I'm a mixed media artist and I show my work at Sequoia Gallery in downtown Hillsboro. One of the most frequently asked questions that I get is, how do I get the deep texture in my work? Well, today I'm going to show you. First, I start with a piece of this. In this case, it's a piece of plywood, 1/4 inch plywood. I like to use this or masonite. And this piece has 2 coats of gesso on it already. So that's very important that you get the gesso on at least 2 coats, sometimes more, doesn't matter, because that creates a barrier between the next process and the wood itself. So 2 coats of gesso on my board, and I'm going to now start the texturing process. This is my favorite thing in my studio that I use. It's joint compound, and you buy it at Lowe's or Home Depot or Ace Hardware, wherever, and I use it a lot. I use anything. In this case, I have a little squeegee, but you can use almost, anything. This is a piece of mat board that works, cut. Just something to spread the joint compound on your board. So I get a scoop of this, and I want a coating that's probably, what is that? Probably about 1/16 of an inch. So there we go. So I'm just spreading this on. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be perfect, just so it's coated completely. And you can, if you make a mistake or you think you want to change something, all you have to do is scrape it off. Very easy to work with. Now, the next thing is, what do I make the design with? I use a variety of different materials. Things like, this is the bottom of a deli tray. This makes great lines. And this actually adds to the overall design when it almost looks like a tree branch. So that's okay, that's fine. And sometimes this is a stamp that I've carved, it's actually a partial stamp, but I can use it. And again, the design will show up when the piece is dry and you start putting color on it. So right now we're just interested in getting some nice, I'm gonna wet this because it has a tendency to stick to the, so here we go. This is going to be a flower. There, that's a nice image. This is a silicone trivet, I guess. And I'm going to put this right there and fill in that space. Oh, that's a nice, that works really nice. And let's see, what else can we do? Here's a piece of screen that I can put right here. Press it a little bit, raise it up, and look at that. I think I need something in here. I like to cover the whole surface if I can, or if I'm going to add some painting after I'm done, something that I want to, I leave a blank spot. But in this case, we're just going to fill in the area. Let's see. How about if we use a leaf? That's kind of a nice image. Now you can carve your own stamps. I do a lot of that. Or you can use a bottom stamp like this. There you go. Now, you can keep working on this. You keep, adding different elements if you like. Anything that will fill the space. There. I think that looks kind of nice. And it's hard to tell what it's going to look like at this point, but believe me, when this dries, and it takes about 24 hours for this to dry on the surface, sometimes a little longer, but when it's dry and you start adding color and the color falls into those nooks and crannies, it's a really great look. Here's one that I have worked on that's got the joint compound on it. I put my design into it and it is now dry. So at this point I can sand it to take off some of the highest texture, and then after I sand it I put a coat of acrylic matte medium on it, and then I'm ready to add color. And because of time constraints, I will at some point do a demo of how the process is to add the color to it. But today I just wanted you to see how the texture itself goes on. Now there is another way you can do this, and I'm going to show you. This is one that I have made. It's on a little cradle panel, and this, instead of an imprint of a design, this is a relief design. So in order to do that, I use a stencil. And I just got, oh well, that doesn't matter. And I've got some color put on my panel at this point. Let's see, let's do this. There you go. We're going to position our stencil, and then again take some joint compound. And there you go. And I can wipe that off at this point. It's no big deal. And there you have a nice image on a painted background. And to further develop this, I would probably paint something on this side and put some color on it, but that's how you get the design on it. Okay.